Tourism Association calls on politicians to focus on tourism. The TTPS reports a reduction in crime. AI specialist delves into the use of this modern technology, and Minority Leader claims 1,200 people lost jobs after ignoring his advice. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Wednesday, 16th April 2025. To a top story this evening. With the general election fast approaching, the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association is demanding that politicians declare their stance on the future of the island's tourism sector. In letters addressed to Prime Minister Stuart Young, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine, and other politicians, the association outlined 4 urgent issues that are in need of attention: restructuring the Tobago Tourism Agency, repealing restrictive investment laws, securing 3% of the hotel room tax for marketing, and developing a solid airlift growth plan ahead of the new airport terminal's launch. The THG stressed that thousands of jobs and foreign exchange earnings are at stake, yet little has been said about tourism on the campaign trail. The association notes that it stands ready to collaborate with any party willing to prioritize the sector's recovery and growth. Yesterday, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service held a press briefing to update citizens on the results of the state of emergency. On December 30th last year, the country was placed under a state of emergency after police received intelligence about possible gang reprisals. Acting Deputy Commissioner of Police Kurt Simon revealed that during the SOE, the TTPS conducted a total of 5,092 operations, targeting 3,561 priority offenders.
For the 4 months or almost 4 months of SOE in Trinidad and Tobago, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service had 5,192 operations.
He also reported the arrests of 4,038 individuals, with a total of 36,000 searches conducted and 438 firearms recovered.
Total persons arrested for the period, 4,038. Firearms recovered, 205. Ammunition recovered, 4,364 assorted rounds of ammunition. Dangerous drugs, and hear me on this, 1,757 kilograms of marijuana.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin praised the efforts of state agencies during the state of emergency.
We, the TTPS, want to take this time to really thank all our agencies for helping us so that we can be able to at least be able to have this situation at least under control at this time.
And that's the Acting Commissioner of Police and not Assistant Commissioner of Police. Artificial intelligence is becoming more popular and accessible to the public. With that comes the opportunity for misuse. For example, some of you may have seen clips or audio recordings of individuals that, upon further inspection, turned out to not be real. Jason Arthur, an AI specialist, shared some insights on AI. Reporter Joe Shaldan has the story.
I am now wrapping up my day at work, and just before leaving, I'm just checking through the news stream and seeing that a sensational headline has people misconstruing a very simple message.
Were you able to tell whether the voice in this audio clip belonged to a real person or was generated by artificial intelligence? For those who couldn't detect the difference, the voice you heard was a synthetic version of Chief Secretary Fali Augustine created using AI technology. AI specialist Justin Arthur explained that he used a sample of Augustine's authentic voice, which he fed into an AI program. The software then analyzed the sample and generated a realistic imitation of his voice.
The first clip is an American Southern accent, which you heard last, trained on Fali's voice.
Right.
And that's what you heard first. First person just sound like a regular Caribbean person, right?
With AI technology rapidly evolving, Arthur shared that there's a specialized technique which allows an experienced user to train the software using their voice, enabling the AI to replicate and repeat whatever they say with remarkable accuracy.
I say it in my voice, and then I give it to the AI that has a different voice, and I just say, repeat what I said the same way. So you remove the whole need for writing it a certain way and blah. You said it in the way that you want the AI to say it.
AI is not limited to generating audio clips, it can also produce realistic videos and written content. While some may still question the full extent of artificial intelligence's capabilities, Arthur emphasized that the technology is constantly evolving and reaching new heights.
Just understand that whatever I played today is the worst you will ever hear AI, because it's only going to get
improved from
better
there. That's right.
and better and better, right? So familiarize yourself with the tells.
He encouraged the public to rely on reputable sources and remain vigilant by looking for key indicators that may reveal AI-generated content. Jo Sheldon, Tobago Updates, the Television News.
We'll take a short break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Rise and shine at Lemonade, the breakfast party. Start your day with a zesty twist at our Lemonade breakfast party. Get ready for a morning filled with fresh flavors, great vibes, and golden sunshine on Easter Monday morning, 21st April, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Fairways Restaurant and Lounge. Lemonade. What's in store at Lemonade? Signature lemonade, freshly squeezed and bursting with flavor. Breakfast bites, delicious treats to fuel your day. Good vibes and great music, because every morning deserves a rhythm with Nessa Preppy.
You say that thing they get the vibe.
Your Lemonade DJ, Selector 3D and Snoopy. Mixmaster, DJ Elon, aka Pappy. Akeem 5.0 and Salty. Foreign Bass, Island Soundboy, DJ Mash, Mighty Crush, and King K. And hosted by Major Penny. Sponsored by B-Mobile, Angostura, Penny Savers, AVT General Services, Comsurge Networking, Cache. Join us for the ultimate breakfast experience this Easter Monday morning from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Fairways Restaurant and Lounge. Lemonade. Lemonade.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
On April 28th, vote for the anchor. Vote the Tobago People's Party.
This is an extra flight that we have for standby passengers. All the flights have groups on them, as you may see, actually pulling up.
There are some persons who want to go on the airport at any time without any serious plans and just jump on a plane and make it do. And it doesn't operate like that. It doesn't operate like that. But for us, it's not a luxury.
They're walking past you in the airport and getting the flight, because ministers and yes, chief secretaries too, just get priority on the plane. But all the time they're walking past you, they ain't care to lift their voice for you so that you could get more flights. Now the power is in your hands. Don't give them 5 more years to walk past you in high heels and ignore you.
On April 28th, vote for the anchor. Vote the Tobago People's Party.
That was a paid political advertisement.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Welcome back. Minority Leader Kelvin Morris, in his address to PNM supporters in Roxborough last night, revealed that 1,200 employees of a Tobago-based company were relieved of their jobs. He alleged that this resulted from the choices those employees made in the 2021 THE elections. Joshua Dan tells us more.
Kelvin Morris, minority councillor in the Tobago House of Assembly, reflected on a voice recording of him that surfaced during the 2021 THE elections. He stated that he had been invited to a private institution to engage in discussions with the staff. During that meeting, he claimed he did not instruct the employees on how to vote, but reminded them that the institution they were providing services to at the time was the Tobago House of Assembly.
I simply reminded the workers that this institution that they are working for is providing a number of service to the Tobago House of Assembly, and it is by way of those services that the institution is providing to the THA that is what is providing their daily sustenance and their employment.
Although he did not name the company, Morris claimed that 3 years later, the firm had lost 1,200 employees.
That very company is one of those Tobago-based companies that have been blacklisted by this current administration. And you know what? Because they are not getting any work at this time, they had to relieve the employment of every single worker in that company to the tune of over 1,200 Tobagonians.
He stated that voting has consequences and argued that because the workers presumably ignored his advice, they voted against their own interest, a decision he believes ultimately led to their job losses.
I share this story to you to remind you that voting have consequences. And just as how these workers perhaps ignored the advice and the recommendation and voted against their interests because now they are unemployed, unable to provide for their family, we have another situation in front of us.
Morris posited that under the PNM administration, no public servants lost their jobs. Joshua Dan, Tobago Updates Television News.
Chief Secretary Farley Augustine defended his administration's challenges in delivering for the people of Tobago, accusing PNM MPs of failing to support the THA's efforts. Speaking on a political platform, the impassioned TPP political leader delivered a 90-minute address aiming to show how the work of the THA is being stifled by the current status quo in the central government. Here's more.
Chief Secretary Farley Augustine is accusing the PNM-led central government and its MPs of blocking the THA's efforts to advance Tobago's development.
The same people who put a stranglehold on your government on the island of Tobago are the same ones walking about the place today, talking about what we could do, what we couldn't do, what we didn't do, and why we didn't do it.
According to Augustine, the main issue lies in how the THA accesses its funding. He explained that because the THA does not receive its full quarterly allocation upfront, it is often forced to rely on overdrafts, incurring hefty fees, and that automatically eat into the budget.
And the first thing David, Joseph, Thomas, and Joel Samson must do when they go down there is to tell them people, under Act 40 of 1996, we will only accept our monies en tranche, en block, quarterly at the start of the fiscal quarter. That's the only way we will accept our monies.
The Chief Secretary also criticized the central government for allocating just over $200 million to the THA for the entire island's development, while single projects like a car park in the San Fernando Hospital received nearly half of that amount.
They just built a single car park for $102.7 million. More than half of Tobago's development budget is spent on a single car park. Ask yourself, Tobago, tonight, are you valued more than a car park in San Fernando?
Additionally, Augustine claimed that the central government is blocking the THA's efforts to establish a development bank. The proposed bank is intended to support Tobago's private sector, which he says struggles to access financing through traditional institutions.
The IDB approved a grant. This is not loan. This is free money for the people of Tobago. And we have waited for almost a year and still ain't get it for the Ministry of Planning to issue a non-objection letter so we could get the grant funding. How they could boast and say they love you.
The TPP political leader argued that re-electing the two PNM MPs would only further restrict the THA's work. He said this is why the MPs will not be seeking cabinet positions, while also dismissing claims of any alliance with the UNC.
Don't be scared in this season. Don't let them try to trick you and tell you, well, Farley and them and Kamala together, so don't vote. We have gone past Calcutta ship days. We are not part of any racist politics on this island. We leave that to them.
Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Meanwhile, questions are mounting over whether the new airport terminal can receive the necessary certifications to be operational by July of 2025 as promised. Concerns are being raised about its close proximity to residents in the Bonaccord community. IDA political leader Dr. Denise Soyafat Angus said international agencies have already raised red flags, while former Assemblyman Max James points out that international regulations advise against such close residential proximity. Here's more.
Assurances have been given that the new terminal at the A&R Robinson International Airport will be operational by July 2025, and the process of acquiring the necessary certifications is already underway. However, IDA political leader Dr. Denise Soyafat Angus revealed that international agencies have expressed concern about the terminal's proximity to nearby residents and even livestock, including cows, and the issue of manure.
It might sound humorous to people, but it's deadly serious. You see, manure releases methane gas, a highly flammable compound that can lead to explosions. Explosions in high concentrated zones.
This is not the only concern. According to former Assemblyman Max James, residents living nearby can also face potential dangers from airplane-related explosions, noise pollution, and other hazards linked to the terminal's close proximity.
Debris or dust from aircraft operations. Going down further, structural damage from pressure waves if improperly built. So all those houses there, if they're improperly built, they can suffer extreme structural damage.
Meanwhile, James pointed out that the terminal's close proximity to the main road makes it vulnerable to accidents or even deliberate acts of sabotage.
The airport perimeter fence on the northern side is right on the road, about 5 feet from the road. A truck can crash into it, people can access it unauthorisedly, and
Although NITCO Chairman Herbert George claimed the terminal building complies with town and country planning requirements and assured that residents would not need to relocate, James stated that his research suggests there may be some violations.
This is the conclusion of the ICAO. Yes, residential buildings within 100 feet of a terminal constitute a significant risk from both a safety and planning perspective, even if not technically violating local rules.
James is calling on the authorities to make public the approvals granted for the terminal's construction and to be transparent about the status of nearby residents. Dr. Soyafat Angus also expressed doubt that the residents can remain.
Many of the surrounding properties have to be acquired. They are too close and must be acquired. It didn't take a rocket scientist to see that.
Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
The celebration of the year is here. We invite you to join us on Easter Monday, April the 21st at the Vibes Event Space, formerly known as the Shade Nightclub Tobago, for Black Culture Sound Anniversary Party. Doors open from sundown. Free entry before midnight. Me, I tell you, a night of high energy, music, culture, and non-stop vibes. So ladies, gather your teams. Man them for roll up in the vibes. Look out for live performance by God Night, Friends Job, Shubi. Plus, look out for a surprise soca artist. Also, a surprise reggae artist. So me I tell you massive, it's gonna be non-stop energy with DJs like 45 Assassin, DJ Dareem, Active Hype, Kingston and Flambo, Main Squeeze, Cybernetic Sound, King Legal and Country Boy Shine, DJ Longboy, DJ Matty, Mr. Fearless, Typhonics International, Article Fire from Silvercat Sound Station, and a surprise brethren coming up from Trinidad. Hey, this is a party you definitely can't miss. Black Culture's Anniversary. Be there.
You've heard a voice on the radio, seen her in your worship, and have sung her songs during your time of praise. Sinesh.
Everybody now, let's go!
Sinesh comes to Tobago for Melodies from Heaven on April 17th. The Shore Park Complex alights with praise and worship from 6 p.m. for Melodies from Heaven featuring Sinesh.
I shall not want the Lord has
Samuel Maydess.
You'll be the only one who's excited to call your name.
Positive.
Me never could have changed my mind.
Blessed Messenger.
The blood of Jesus over your family.
Renee Fortune and many more.
From my head to my feet.
Get your physical tickets now. Tickets are also available online at islandetickets.com. Visit TobagoFestivalsCommission.com for more info or call 639-4441. April 17th at Shore Park Complex. Melodies from Heaven. Tobago Rhythm and Soul Festival 2025. Feel the beat. Embrace the calm.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
To the men of Tobago West, your strength, resilience, leadership, and wisdom are the backbone of our community. I intend to remain right there with you, providing the environment and support that you need to be better fathers, better brothers, better leaders, and mentor. Whether it's through training, jobs, or education, I intend to provide the necessary support so that we can build stronger, more resilient communities together. I am Shamfa Kojo Lewis, your People's National Movement candidate for Tobago West. All in for Tobago, all in for TNT.
That was a paid political advertisement.
PNM General Secretary and Minister of Youth Development Foster Cummings was criticized by Chief Secretary Farley Augustine for poor renovation work at the Scarborough Secondary School. Speaking at a TPP meeting in Montgomery last night, Augustine claimed that after taking office in 2021 and assessing the school's condition, he found that renovations carried out by a construction company owned by Cummings were failing. He added that opposing parties are now using the state of the school to criticize the TPP-led THA administration.
And my good friend Foster Cummings should be ashamed to talk about a $200 million school for Scarborough Sec. Foster Cummings built a wing in Scarborough Sec under the days of the corrupt PNM, when he was doing almost every contract on behalf of the PNM so that he could siphon back the money to his PNM lackeys in Trinidad. And the same PNM now talking about Trinidad contractors. I want to know if Foster Cummings from Charlottesville or if he's from Trinidad.
Augustine also accused Cummings of benefiting from a corrupt contractual arrangement related to the renovation work done on the school.
The same Foster Cummings built a wing in Scarborough Sec. We can't even use it because he never built good in the first place. And he get paid twice for it. Let it carry me to court on that. Our courthouse closed and me ain't afraid. When we look at the school is falling apart. The infrastructure is not good.
Due to coastal erosion, the school needs to be relocated. A site was selected in Bacalet, and the THA had been working with the Caribbean Development Bank to secure a loan for the construction of a new facility. However, Augustine explained that the THA requires approval from the finance minister, who has since discouraged the loan arrangement.
So I understand the minister that perhaps it might be better for us to fund it through the budget. We are now asking for the allocation. Remember, we only get 205 million for development. And all they will send is 500,000.
Augustine also warned against misinformation being spread on the issue, particularly claims that the THA failed to produce an end-user brief. He asserted that a brief was in fact completed with assistance from the Caribbean Development Bank, not the IDB, as some are claiming. He also dismissed suggestions that the THA needed to consult with the Ministry of Education, explaining that such a project falls under the purview of the Ministry of Finance. The weather report is up next. Stay with us.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 gigabyte fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
We are feeling from a little and a grow. I hope it knows it. Sometimes The sun rises slowly over the hills. Everywhere is cold and sunlight, but still most nights with hotels are crowded. There are days where dark crowds are shrouded. They don't smile and they never will. Only vultures get the fill. Empty promises is what they hear. No running water from year to year. Hearts that no one desire. That if there is a Messiah, someday he hear their whispered prayer. Covered always bare and scanty. 10 people in a one-bedroom shanty. Forced to sell on the pavement. No vacancy, no employment. Cattle fire cracker from gunshot. Blood does flow when things get hot. Afraid to look out the window.
On April 28th, vote for the anchor. Vote the Tobago People's Party.
That was a paid political advertisement.
Now for a look at the weather update from the TNT Med office. Tonight is expected to be generally fair despite the chance of a few showers after midnight. Tonight's temperature drops to 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, variably cloudy and breezy with intervals of light to moderate showers developing in some areas. A mostly fair night is expected. Daytime temperatures are set to reach 30 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 33 degrees Celsius. Seas are moderate with waves 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Tomorrow you can expect the sunrise at 5:50 and the sunset at 6:14. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of our headlines. Hotel Association calls on politicians to focus on tourism. The TTPS reports a reduction in crime. AI specialist delves into the use of this modern technology. And the minority leader claims 1,200 people lost jobs after ignoring his advice. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a great night.